What is up, creative world? My name is Weber Sampanti. I'm a creative from Norwalk, Connecticut. This is the Mad Lab. On this channel, we do videos about art, creativity, and all sorts of madness. So if you like this type of stuff, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and let's get to today's video. So today is an extra special day because we are getting to know Rene James, a very talented young lady coming from Bridgeport, Connecticut. She was the winner of the Breakthrough Showcase at the Mad Lab. Over the summer, we hosted an open call around the entire country for creatives to win a solo showcase here at the Mad Lab. And whichever person won would get to have their own solo show and be able to get as mad as they could and create their own mad experience at the lab, be able to showcase their art and do their own thing with the support of the entire team. And our goal for this was to really empower a creative to do whatever it is that they wanted, to give them the tools to be able to execute their visions and their dreams, and to give them a platform to excel and to take him or her onto the next level and allow them to kind of flourish on their own. And today is exciting because Rene James won this contest. We've gotten to know her. She's come to the lab a bunch of times to actually talk about her show. And today we're getting to know her a little bit more, and we're doing a little thing. So say hello.
Hi.
So today we have Rene, her mom, and her sister here joining us for the interview. Her mom was here for the first day, right? Yes. I'm sure that they thought this whole place was crazy. And today we're actually in the gallery right after Yeti Fresh's show. And it's really cool because, as you guys know, Yeti Fresh is also an illustrator. And as you find out, Rene is also a fantastic illustrator. So I'm wondering what her thoughts were on the show and if it inspired her or anything that happened. So without further ado, let's just sit down and get to it. Welcome, Rene. This is really exciting. I'm really excited to have you here. For me, it's cool because we've been talking about a lot, and even before that, when we conceptualized the idea of the Breakthrough Showcase, to now being where we are here, where I'm actually talking to you, and we're talking about you, the contestant winner, and getting to know you a little bit more. It's like a reminder of wow, things are happening. So I'm really excited about it, and so tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you come? Where are you from, and when did you start to kind of tap into your creativity?
So I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I guess when I really started doing art was like when I was really young, so 4 years old. I think that's the earliest I remember, and I always used to draw just characters. I remember being in church and not understanding anything that was going on, so I just drew because I got bored, and I ended up over time I started making my own characters and forming stories with them and stuff like that. So and it kind of always, that's something I always like to do. Yeah, ever since I was young. So
and so now what's the type of medium, what do you enjoy most, right? As currently right now, what are some things that you've been playing with? What's your favorite type of medium?
Well, right now I do mostly digital art. I still do art on paper, but that digital art is my favorite thing to do because I feel like it expands my abilities more. Mm-hmm. It's easier to create things that you have in your head when mm-hmm. you're able to just if you make a mistake you can just easily undo it. But digital art's my favorite right now. I also really like making dioramas. Mm-hmm. That's something I really enjoy. I have for a while now. Making 3D models of I've done houses, but I also do rooms. Once I made a 3D model of a bedroom, so stuff like that.
So rendering and doing designs. Oh yeah, because you're aspiring to be an architect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. As you know, I work in the architectural field. And I'm curious to know what's your interest in that? Why architecture?
Well, it's kind of funny. I always dreamed of being an architect, and the reason was because I wanted a job where I could draw And that's something like, because I always wondered like, like ever since I was young, I always wondered like, what is a job that I could like use my artistic ability in? And you know, someone like my family would always say like, oh, you could be an architect. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll be that. And as I grew up, like obviously that's what I'm pursuing now, because I'm in high school studying architecture and I'm planning to go to college for it. So, but you know, yeah, like that's something I've always wanted to do. But now it's evolved into more than just drawing. It's more like creating something like from your own head that will become like a physical thing that people will use and go into like daily, like that has such an impact on people's lives. Like I think that's an awesome thing. So that's another reason why I like architecture.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think that the idea of conceptualizing, just having thoughts in your head, and that slowly going down the path where now you're kind of like putting it down on paper, you talk to people, you collaborate with the team, and then something is built, and then, you know, other people inhabit it. It's like kind of like literally walking into your own thoughts.
Yeah.
I think that's, for me, that's why I wanted to do architecture. I thought that was a really cool idea. And then finally experiencing that after like you design your first building, or you work in your first building and kind of going through it, you're like, oh my God, like it happened.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. As far as your other creative endeavors, like what are some of your dreams? Like, if you know, like I always ask everybody, what's your moon vision? Meaning that if you could choose a life like that had no attachments to anything, and you could do whatever you want, you don't have to worry about money or pleasing anyone or whatever it is, right? What would be your ultimate kind of dream life? What would you be doing?
I just want to be known for my art and just, you know, my creative abilities. I feel like that dream's already coming true because, you know, obviously I won the contest.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like, I guess known to everybody. Like that's the one thing I feel like has always like kind of defined me as a person. I'm proud of that, and that's something like that's something I enjoy.
Yeah. Do you see yourself as different from other people? Like, you know, obviously, like you got a certain style, right? You got the hair, and like, and you know, that other day you came in and you had like the cool braids, and like the hair was all like kind of wild. I mean, I love it because I'm the same way. I mean, I got this mustache on my face. So, but for you, like, you know, have you ever felt that way? Has it always been like that? Like, is this something that you like?
I think since I was young, I've always felt kind of like different from everyone. I'm trying to be careful saying this. I don't want to sound like pretentious, but I don't know. I feel like everyone around me has treated me like I'm like pretty like important, I guess, or just special. And I guess that kind of like that's something that I have in
kind
mind.
of like inspires you to kind of do those things, right?
Yeah. Like I want to like distinguish myself because I think that is like a good thing, like to be known by people, to like be recognized for your uniqueness and stuff like that. That's something I like, and that's something I like aim for a lot. That's why I did my hair this way. Like I don't know. I like doing things and making myself like different, I guess.
Yeah, because I felt like that all my life as a kid too. I was like, you know, I wanted to stand out and be different, but I think for me too, like as I grew older, I realized that what I wanted, I think, was to kind of to be different, right? So I try to do those things, but then I kind of realized I was like, okay, like it's, you know, I don't want to just be different. I want to kind of like do something beyond that, and I learned to kind of, you know, really be a good person and a positive person, and then I thought it was always cool because people were like who's that guy? That's like, why is he acting that way? And then they get to know me, and they're like, you know, it's like, wow, there's a lot of like good that comes from being unique in that way. And I think too, the cool thing about that, you kind of break the mold, right? Like I think a lot of people, especially your age, I remember being, you know, you're 16, yeah, right? So I remember being 16 and being this wild child, and then everyone like trying to fit in and not knowing that they can be different, right? Even though I felt that my friends always wanted to be different as well, but they kind of always had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So for you, you know, you want to be a well-known artist, you want to be different. How did you come across the open call? And can you tell us about what was that process like for you? What was that? experience from finding out about the open call to like your first day at the Mad Lab when you met me?
Well, it's funny. Honestly, when I first saw like the open call thing, I was in bed at like 3 a.m. on my phone on Instagram, and I was like, oh, there's this art contest. Let me enter it. And I looked at it. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. And I remember sending it to my boyfriend too, because I was like, we could both enter this. This would be a good thing to do. So I just did it. Like I put in my name and I put in some pictures that some artwork that I had done before, and and I was like waiting, I honestly, like, I wasn't expecting anything to come of it. Like, I was just like, okay, let me enter this, because, like, who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
But honestly,
who are
I
these
wasn't.
mad people?
Yeah, because I'd never heard of the Mad Lab or anything like that before. But I saw it was in Norwalk, so I was like, okay, well, this could be cool. But I wasn't expecting to, like, win. But then I got the email, and I remember I was so excited. I was like, whoa, like, I actually became a finalist. Like, I wasn't expecting that at all. So after that, I was like, okay, like, I actually need to, like, try it to, like, get this now, because people are voting for me.
Yeah.
So I went and I made that like little advertisement thing. I was like, please vote for me and all that stuff. I started telling all my friends, my family, and everyone started, like, talking to each other about it and stuff. And it was really nerve-wracking, like, waiting for the results, and, like, oh my god, I remember seeing the other finalists, and I was like, I was so nervous because obviously I was the youngest one there, and like like everyone was like graduated college, like they had all these like amazing art, and I felt like I could not compare at all, because all of their art was like traditional, like paintings and stuff, and mine was like digital. So I was like, there's no way, like, I don't have a chance.
But you were different.
Yeah, and everyone was telling me that. They were like, oh, well, that means that you're unique, like, you stand out. And I was like, yeah, but like, and what made it worse was that everyone's artist bio too was in the third person, and mine was in the first, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so dumb. But obviously it was fine because I won, and I was very excited. I remember I woke up on the day that that you said it was going to be announced, and it wasn't up yet. So I was like, okay, let me go back to sleep. When I wake up, they're going to announce. So I woke up again, and I see, Mad We Are tagged you in a post. I was like, oh my god. So I opened it, and I see my face on the picture. I'm like, yes!
Nice! Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I ran downstairs and I told my mom. She was like, oh my god, I'm so
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is actually happening. Like, I actually am going to get my show now. So, yeah.
So what was your thought then? Were you like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Or like what was the next kind of rush of thoughts?
I just started thinking about, like, imagining, like, my art on the walls. I was like, my art's going to be on the walls and people are going to look at it and it's going to be, like, crazy. And I didn't know what to expect because obviously I've never done anything like this before. But I was just kind of like imagining how it would go. Like I didn't know like how much preparation had to go into it. I thought you were just gonna like take my art and put it on the wall. That's it. But,
little did you know.
Yeah. So when I came here the first day and you were talking about like, so what is your purpose? And I was like, I was not prepared for this.
What is your purpose?
Yeah. But yeah, pretty quickly I realized that it was a lot more. But that I'm glad it is, because I feel like it gives me a lot, like it's gonna allow me to express myself even more than I thought, and I think that's something that's like important. Like, it's my show, so I should express who I am, and I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited. I realized that it's a lot more than what I thought it was, but I got excited and I started like, thinking of more ideas and just imagining like fleshing out my ideas more, like my concept and like what I wanted it to feel like and what it wanted to look like and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That's hilarious, because I feel like, for us it was exciting in a different way, where I kind of just like going through the process. I mean, for us the excitement was when people started to actually like sign up, right? And it was even more exciting when people started to vote, because I mean, like, on our end we're just trying to kind of engage with people, put some good energy out there. So when people respond, it's exciting. Like, oh my god, there's a heartbeat. People are in tune with what we're doing. And I was very, very, very excited about you, especially because well, for one, like you have, the interest in architecture. Two, you were one of the few who were just completely digital, right? And I think within today's age, it's a whole new kind of genre of art in a way where like we're used to like traditional art, right?
Yeah.
So now digital art's evolving to its own thing. So I was very excited about that. And then I was even more excited once we had the 5 finalists, including you, and we announced it. And then like you flipped this Instagram post to get people to vote for you. And then for me, that was even more exciting because, again, like what we really wanted to use this platform was, let's empower a creative who's hungry, who wants to do something with their creativity and wants to kind of like, really take advantage of this opportunity, right? There could be someone who like sees this and is like, oh, like, like small potatoes, I don't need that, right? But then there would be the individual who's like, oh my God, like this is what I want, this is what I need to kind of like to get to like, put more fire and more fuel into my fire and get, and take me to the next level. And so when you did that for us, it was like, wow, like I'm really excited about Rene. I was secretly rooting for you. And I thought, like when I saw that, I was like, that's exciting, So I'm really happy that you did win, and like the fact that like now we're here and to hear you kind of explain how things have kind of transformed through it, it kind of like, it kind of warms my heart. So now we meet at the Mad Lab. We talk about things. I'm asking you about your purpose and stuff. And how do you feel like has your perspective in your art, or kind of like the way you want to kind of pursue your art, has anything kind of shifted?
I guess before all this, like I didn't like I liked what I did, but I didn't really see it as like anything like that could be like important or influential or anything. Like I thought my art looked cool, but I just always thought like I'd just be like posting myself on Instagram, like just getting a couple comments and likes and stuff, and that's it. But I guess now like having those discussions, like it makes me think about like my purpose, like what I'm making my art for, and like what exactly I'm trying to achieve with it. And I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I think it's making me focus a little more on that and just trying to like think about like why I do it, like because before I didn't really think about it. I just thought, oh, I like drawing, like let me just do this stuff. But now it's I feel like it's more important.
So now how do you think, like I know that it'll be forever evolving, but right now, if you could say like what is your art about, and like what like if we get into the show, right, kind of talk about a little about that, like how would you explain your art, like what is it about, and if you could put an intention behind it, or kind of your own thoughts, right, like now that you had some time to kind of dive into those ideas a little bit more, what would you say your art is about, and like what are you trying to kind of achieve through the creativity in the art?
I say I think I try to tell a story, because as I said before, like that's something I like to do with my art. Like even when I was young, I make characters and create stories with them. So I guess right now that's what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not creating the entire story like I used to, but I'm still like making these characters that I like imagine in my mind, like they have a backstory and all this stuff, and like I try to make the art like show that certain things that make a person wonder, like like what is there to this person, what is there to this character, and I guess just something like that, like putting people in a different world, stuff like that. So I guess that's something I'm trying to achieve, just telling a story.
That's exciting. And so what has inspired you into that? Like what right now and before, what has been some of your inspiration, some of the things that have kind of like empowered and kind of encouraged you to kind of get to the point of where you are right now?
I guess just trying to like to think that my art like kind of represents what I want to be.
Okay.
I guess in a way, like maybe like I don't know, cause I want to like I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Like I have a big imagination, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to express that through my art and like kind of like express what I want to be and like what I want to appear like to people,
Mm-hmm.
which is like unique and like wanting to know more about something.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess something like that. Yeah, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out, but you know, like talking about it like with the people at the Mad Lab has really like helped me like kind of like think about it more, like just even because before I wouldn't even like really think about it, like, just do it. But now it's like this is important, like you have to figure out what it is you're doing this for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we've been meeting for about I think like 2 months now, like back and forth. So far, how has been your experience, and what has been like your most memorable or like fun, like what's been like the best part about the whole thing? Like if you can either think of a day or something that happened in this process.
I think a day that I really liked was the last meeting we had when we were first starting to plan the show, like actually plan it out, like where I had the name and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was really cool how like I was like telling everyone my ideas and like they're all like sitting like taking notes on what I was saying. I was like, whoa, like okay. But it's just cool like having like my ideas like being listened to, and then like like it's a thing that we're planning together, and like it's gonna be like a thing that people are attending and they're gonna see and experience and remember. Like I think that's just so cool, and like that's something I really liked when because we were just I was telling everyone my ideas, and like they were saying that they liked it, and that made me feel really nice because I was worried that like I wouldn't like I don't know, I liked being able to share my ideas and like have them like be listened to and expanded upon as well. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the name of the show?
It's gonna be Prolusion.
Ooh, what does that mean?
So when we were planning the show, like I like the idea of it like being like representing like the start of my like, because the breakthrough contest or the show will like it's supposed to help me break through and just like like show myself to the world. So I like that idea of like that being sort of like an introduction to who I am as an artist, like so I looked up the word introduction on Google, and I looked at the synonyms to see which word would look cool, and I found the word Prolusion. I thought that would be good because that means like like an introduction, a start to something. So I thought that would be a good name because it's the start.
I love it.
Yeah.
This has been exciting for us too because right now this is the first time we're kind of going through all this stuff, right? And it's something that we want to kind of create and make something that kind of keeps going. So for us, it's like it's the start of our own journey and like providing like this breakthrough for different artists. What's something that we can expect from the show? Like what's like something that like as far as the environment, like what are some ideas that you're thinking of that you want to bring into the show that that you're excited about? Like anything physical? I know I was setting up some lights and you're like, ooh, let's use that for my show. Like what's something that you want people to experience? Like what's then like what do you want your show to be like?
Well, I really want whoever comes in to feel like they're in a different world. So like when they come in, like you think like, wow, I'm in Renee's world, like I'm in her imagination, like, and it's got there's my art on the walls, but there's also like the atmosphere itself, like just you feel like you're in a different place, and it's like like when you go around it, you see all of the like what is in this place. But yeah, I really want it to be like a unique like experience and atmosphere that makes people feel really like something that they'll remember, like something memorable.
Yeah, it's exciting. So when is the show?
It'll be November 21st.
Yeah, I keep asking questions like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So Prolusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prolusion, November 21st. First solo show. That's awesome. I am so excited for you. I can't wait for that day to come. I know that we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And how's that going for you? Are you like, you know, has it been like, is it hard? Is it difficult? Is it like, you know, like Yeti would say, baby food, you know? Like, how has that experience been?
It's definitely a little challenging because, you know, like, I guess just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. Like, seeing what people like think, because I'm trying to see what other people think of my ideas as well. But you know, it's fun, like just having like coming up with things and then thinking about how they would work and just imagining it happening. Like yeah, it's exciting and it's a little challenging, but I'm having fun with it. So
That's right. I can't wait. I think it's definitely going to be a really cool show. It's going to be a very unique experience. I can't wait to see you flourish. And I know that, like, you know, this is only the beginning for, you know, like, what we say is that we can only, like, we provide a lot to the creative community, and it all depends on what the creative can bring to the table, right? I think that we can only do as much as that creative is capable of willing to do. And I want to commend you because I think from the beginning, I've seen you, and I've been inspired by you for being such a young creative and so passionate about what you're doing and taking it seriously and being talented. I've always wanted to be that talented at something, right? And I've never felt like I was very talented at any specific thing. So I'm very inspired by you to be able to take this opportunity and make the best out of it. For you dragging your family along the whole thing and for coming here and for, you know, kind of really playing along with the whole thing and being engaged and being excited about it. So I want to congratulate you on being such a, you know, a very talented and strong young woman, and I can't wait to see what that show is going to be like. So and I want to thank you for your time. Is there anything that you'd like to tell the creative community? Is there any way that we can support you? You know, let us know. You know, you can tell them now and how they can follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
It's the Fourth Denial.
Hey.
Spelled out the number, or the fourth denial.
Awesome.
Out,
yeah. And is there any last thing that you want to tell the creative world, or is there anything on your mind, or any, like, you know?
Come to my show.
Hey, awesome. Rene, thank you so much. I'm really excited about the show. I think it's gonna be great. I'm really excited about our next couple meetings because I know that, like, as it starts to kind of take shape, things are gonna get really mad. So that's where things get fun. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. Cool. Thank you again, Creative World. That was a lot of fun getting to know Rene a little bit more. It's been a really cool experience. She's come here every so often, every couple weeks as we prepare for the show. And this was a special moment because now I got to know her a little bit. We get to know a little bit more about the show, and you get to meet Rene a little bit as well. So make sure that you stay tuned. If you like what I'm doing, if you like the videos, if you like the vlog, please don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. If you have questions for Rene, just drop them on the comment section below. We will have her Instagram linked and her YouTube linked in the comments in the section below. So make sure you get to know her and you follow her. Also, if you're in the Norwalk area, make sure you come to the Mad Lab. We've been working with some creatives and putting together some amazing shows for the next couple of weeks. October 10th, we have Beyond Beauty, The Ideal Form. Then we have a show with Kim Joy, an amazing artist who you will get to meet in the vlog very soon. And her show is Dancing with My Demons, November 7th. And then we have Rene's show, November 21st, Prolusion. So thank you so much, Creative World. And until next time, never stop creating.